And you are live.
Very good. I'm glad everybody made it on time, recognizing that we had to fall back on our clocks, push them back, but we're here, and we're all on time. So we will begin the Planning Committee meeting of Akron City Council. This has been the longest minute. I was waiting for it to turn 1 o'clock on my on my laptop. There we go, 1 o'clock. We'll begin the Planning Committee meeting of Akron City Council. I'd like to entertain a motion that we accept the minutes of the previously held meeting.
So moved. Second.
Thank you, and thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Very good, the ayes have it. We actually have one item that's up for a public hearing today. And so the procedures are that what we will do is we will we'll read in the conditional use request. We'll then request a report from the planning department in reference to the conditional use request. Afterwards, we'll ask for any individuals that may wish to speak on the item, be sworn in from a member of our law department, after which we will open up the public hearing, ask for comments, and then afterwards we'll close the public hearing. Then we'll open it up to committee members for questions, and then we'll open it up for council members for questions. In essence, we will invite those folks back this evening at 7 o'clock for basically the same, we will follow the same format in terms of a public hearing and comments and such. But afterwards, the only main difference is that we will ask for a recommendation from the committee to all of council, either in favor, against, or to table an item and to take time to consider for further consideration. So with that, the first item that is up for a public hearing today, the only item, is an ordinance authorizing a conditional use to establish an automatic truck wash at 184 Maslin Road. And we will turn this over to Mr. Mike Antonucci.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee members. Harvindel Uppel is proposing to add an automatic truck car wash as well as a truck lube and oil change to the west end of this truck terminal building. The primary building on the site currently uses the truck terminal, extends west from Maslin Road toward the center of the property and about 160 feet from the eastern property line. The proposed automatic wash and service bay will be located toward the back elevation of the building. The exterior building materials would consist of concrete masonry unit, CMU, painted gray with a dark gray metal roof. There will be divided entrances and bays with full-size overhead doors for automatic washes and oil changes. Vehicles would enter from the south side of the property and exit to the north, which follows the existing vehicular circulation pattern that's in place. It is their intent to use the facility for their own vehicles first, then open it up for public use. New asphalt would be applied to the grounds to the north of the building, and a concrete pad would be added on the south side of the new building where trucks would enter. A landscape buffer with the double staggered row of bushes will be planted along the street frontage. The petitioner maintains there is a need for this type of service, which is a natural extension of the existing use of the property. There has been a trucking terminal at this location for several decades. Due to the size of the property and placement of the addition, the proposed truck wash should not be intrusive to the businesses across Maslin Road. The petitioner's property can support the new addition while maintaining the current traffic circulation. This proposal represents a welcome $450,000 investment in the property, which will add viability and longevity to this established business. Both Planning Commission and Planning staff recommend approval, subject to conditions. Thank you.
Thanks for that report, Mr. Antonucci. At this moment, we'll ask if there's anyone that's going to wish to supply testimony to be sworn in from a representative of our law department. I believe Ms. Advent's here to do that. Is there anyone here wishing to testify before the committee during the public hearing?
We have a Mr. Elsey that signed up, and I see that he has joined the meeting. Mr. Elsey, can you hear us?
It doesn't look like him. Hello, Mr. Elsey. Yoo-hoo. I'll give him a moment, I guess. Well, hey, Jen, are you going to be on this meeting? Okay, thank you. I apologize for that. I did speak to Mr. Elsey, and he's having technical issues, as we can all tell. But with that, we'll open up the public hearing. I don't believe there's anyone that's going to be testifying, but for official reasons, we'll open up the public hearing and ask if there's anybody wishing to speak in favor, anyone wishing to speak in favor, and then ask if there's anyone wishing to speak against. Anyone wishing to speak against? Very good. Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing portion. As I had mentioned, I spoke to Mr. Elsey, and he will make it hopefully this evening. He is having some technical issues. And so therefore, obviously, we will repeat the process as we had this afternoon, and we'll do that this evening at 7. We'll open it up to questions and comments from any committee members. I do, Mr. Antonucci, have a question. Just noticing on the map here, it looks as though, and I don't know if this is necessary, I don't know if this is the property lines or not, but on the map that's supplied, it shows, I don't know if those are property lines or not, but it seems as though one of the access points on the southern end across from Kramer, and I don't know if that's an existing or not, but or if they even own that property or not, but was just curious if, you know, that if that's an issue or not, I guess. If you look at the map.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that is, yeah, I'd have to check. It looks like it's old right away, I believe, but I'd have to take a look at that. It looks like there's enough room though for their access as it splits that property.
Yeah.
Take a quick look at that.
Yeah, good. I didn't know if there was an easement or something, or if they owned another parcel, whatever, but I would ask that if we could check that out this afternoon, that'd be great. I do see that there's 17 conditions as well on this particular property. We'll open it up though. I have no further questions. Any committee members again? Any questions or comments? Ms. Connor, I see you have your hand up.
I'm just gonna say I've driven by, I've looked at the location. I'm all for it. Who doesn't want to drive in a clean truck? So I wish them well.
Oh, okay, very good. Very good. Any other questions or comments? I do see Mr. Elsey's on. We've closed the public hearing portion though. Any other comments or questions from any committee members? Okay. None. Mr. Elsey, can you hear us? Can you speak to us? Or continued Zoom problems? I would have guessed that we're continuing to have those problems. Invite you back. If you can hear us, it's 7 o'clock this evening, okay? Can you hear us? No. Okay. Any council members have any questions or comments? Any council members, questions or comments? Okay, very good. Hearing none. We'll move on to the balance of the agenda, of which we're going to recommend time on that. And there is no new legislation. And hopefully, Mr. Elsie, if you can hear us, please come back this evening at 7:00 for that public hearing. Okay, thank you all. And that's motion to adjourn the planning committee meeting of Akron City Council.
So moved.
Thank you. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Planning is over, and I'll turn it over to our Sarah Biviano. Excuse me.
Thank you. Our next committee of the day will be the Parks and Recreation Committee. That will begin at 1:45 today. Those committee members are Neil, Mosley, Malik, Lombardo, and Connor. Again, that's the Parks and Recreation Committee at 1:45 today. So we'll stop the live stream and be back then. Mr. Elsie, if you can hear us, if you'd like to stay on for a moment with